And he's with us, Marty.
Max!
Morning.
Well done. Great win.
Thank you.
So lovely to see you looking fit and well. How'd you feel yesterday?
No, I'm still sore today as well. I'm getting old, eh?
Getting old. What hurts the most?
Glutes this time.
Glutes?
Hips last week.
In the bum?
Glutes. So it's that general area.
Yeah.
General
Why do you think that is?
Don't know.
One-legged jumping?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, the amount of jumps you do. You get knocks at centre bounces. Could be that.
Bit of stretching afterwards.
Yeah, a little bit of stretching. So I've got some myotherapy today, which is a fancy word for a massage.
What about, what do you do yesterday? Recovery-wise?
I had a sauna, which was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
You don't feel a bit dehydrated after all that running?
You smack a whole bottle of water while you're in there.
Bang.
Yep. And I went and watched the VFL play
Nice.
down at God's Country.
Oh, down at Casey.
Yeah.
Do you have a can and a hot dog, or you're not allowed to do that?
No, I'm sure you're allowed, but I didn't.
Yeah, God, you're a leader.
Yeah.
It's that sort of discipline that means I can never lead a football club because I would have had 8 cans and 4 hot dogs and given it a bit of go. So, mate, you assholes, I'm driving myself home.
That's what's holding you back.
That's
That's
the
what's
reality.
holding me back.
That's the only thing.
From an elite sporting career.
Okay.
I wonder what I could do now at 52, sport-wise, and be elite.
Golf.
Darts.
Darts.
Shooting.
Cans and hot dogs.
Bowls.
Be elite.
Bowls.
You could do bowls.
Could still do bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I've got to do some heavy training.
You got to be careful because you'll offend anyone that does this.
Yeah, exactly.
And they think I can just rock in and do it.
Yeah.
We already touched on St Kilda Collingwood when you were in on Friday.
Yes.
Adelaide Geelong. I didn't see much of that one. Geelong got over the line in Adelaide.
I thought they were in control the whole game.
Mm.
Like literally the whole game. They were very, very good. The two big forwards again.
They're looking
were-
ominous, aren't they?
Yeah, Tomahawk wasn't as good round 1, but he's come back round 2. They look
He
good.
kicked 5, didn't he? 5?
Don't know
Did
if
I
it's five.
did I just
Four.
make that
I
up?
reckon
4. They
and
look good.
Tom Stewart was unreal down back.
Paddy looked good.
Do you think he is the best defender in the comp? Would
Well, he's
you-
the quickest to 6 All-Australians, and he beat me. I'm the second, so he's
Nice.
taking that mantle off. I don't know why I've inserted myself in that. In
Yeah,
Adelaide
well,
Geelong.
I
No,
wasn't
but
asking
you
about you, mate.
crowbarred yourself in there beautifully, Max. This is a question about a different bloke. What about the mighty North v Freo? We were up by 40. Just fell over at the end.
That's the only bit I can comment on because I actually watched it. I get to the G real early. I get there about 3 hours early, so I watched sort of the first half
In the rooms?
in the rooms, and I was pretty excited for North.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have a win.
This scoreline doesn't make sense for the game that I was watching.
No.
So something must
Well,
have happened.
Well, end of the second quarter, they kicked 1, Freo, and then they went on to kick another 8 and
Okay.
kicked 9 in a row.
Yeah,
3 hours before the game, Max.
yeah, I get there 3 hours.
What do you do? That seems like a long time. You have a chat with everyone.
A little bit superstition where one day I wanted to beat the traffic and get there early, and then I think I must have had a blinder that day.
And so you've
And
always gone
since then,
early.
I've always gone.
Is there
early.
even anyone there 3 hours early?
There's only one other player. We sort of have a race.
Yeah.
Jake Levy gets there about 3 hours early.
At what point would you be late? Like, when is too late?
When is
so
the coach ringing and you going, where are you?
I think there's a meeting about an hour and 40. So I'm getting there an hour and 20 early,
Yeah, right.
which is very early.
Mate, I'd be literally walking into that meeting
With a hot
thinking,
dog.
Why
Yeah.
can't this be closer to kickoff?
Is it a long meeting? How long does it go for?
No. Well, you're not taking anything in, really. Yeah.
No notepads?
No. It's
Don't
it's
take
all
your
just-
laptop in?
It's all just revision. Sometimes it's something funny. Goody tends to start with something funny. I actually can't remember what he said. It must have been that funny this summer.
Does he ever show you his tab account in terms of big jokes?
And,
Everyone all right?
do I keep myself clean, Luke?
Keep yourself tidy.
Do you want to answer that one?
Talking points, Max, before we get back to the round. Well, actually, let's talk Hawthorn Melbourne and then we'll take a break. You looked wonderful, Max. Couple of big marks, lots of taps. Hawthorn, I mean, the first quarter was just an absolute blowout.
It was an interesting tactic. We've been beaten like that before. I think Fremantle a couple of years ago.
They were going to try and chip it around.
Yeah, Fremantle took 150 marks on us and beat us. And some sides have tried to do that since. All we knew is we just had to wait for that opportunity that they were going to finally take a kick, like a dicey kick, and then beat them, win the contest, take the ball forward, kick, goal, which we did in the first quarter.
A lot of.
And then they sort of changed their game style a tiny bit as the game went on, but it was sort of done in that first quarter. We sort of got that 40-point lead and held that for the rest of the game.
There was some strong performances. Old mate with the hair did well.
Yeah, Bailey. He
Yeah.
kicked 5, played on their skipper in Sicily. Sicily had 10 marks in the first quarter, so Bailey had every right to sort of be cracking it, and then sort of fought back. And Track, our boy Track, was super.
Yeah, he was. And Oliver looked good again.
Got tagged. Finn McGuinness has played on him maybe the last 3 times, and he has actually done quite well on Clayton. And I think he did all right as well again, but Clayton was still pretty good.
And Mays hurt himself.
He has.
What's he
Maisie-
done?
I think he might still be in hospital. I haven't checked up on him since about midday yesterday.
Yeah,
He was-
right.
The plan was he was still going to be in.
And it
in-
was
in there.
ribs and,
It's
and
ribs,
maybe vertebrae.
But they're checking for the other thing.
Right.
They don't really know what the other thing is, but there's definitely ribs, I think.
And so what's that mean?
I would dare say this week is looking a bit grim.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played with any sort of injuries in and around that part of your body. But
Which is ridiculous given you're a ruckman. I
Yes.
would have thought you would have copped the knee and the ribs at some point over the journey.
the shin guard just protects everything, ribs, all.
Right.
No, look, Maisie, now that people know that the ribs might be an issue, I dare say that would ride him out. If no one knew, you could maybe wear some padding
Oh, yeah.
and get away with it. But Charlie Dixon's a pretty big boy, so
Mm.
I'd be pretty scared
And
of him.
Jake Lever, do you have an update on?
I think
his
he's
knee?
fine. Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
carry on.
Carry on.
Well, I
Sucking?
think- yeah,
Was he sucking?
yeah, I think he was sucking.
He's learned from the best.
That is how you captain a football team.
Well, you've come out of the blocks firing. Round 1, a little bit funny with old Grundy.
Yeah,
But after that, just
Round 0.
dominating.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sydney Bombers, 131 plays 100. Sydney looked, 19-17, looked pretty strong.
Yeah, bit in this game.
Bit of dislike too.
Yeah,
A lot of fire.
there was a lot of fights. Obviously, the incident early on, which I think then caused all the spitfires from then on.
Yeah.
Can we get your opinion on if you think it's a 4+ weeker? Do you think it
Oh,
deserves
are
it?
they saying 4 weeks?
Tribunal tomorrow night for Peter Wright. Yeah.
What, for the shoulder?
Mm.
I'd be worried if I was Peter Wright.
Yeah.
You thinking 4, Max?
Yeah, just the way it's all turning. I think we're looking more and more in trouble for incidents like this. I'd be expecting a suspension if I was Peter Wright, but who knows?
Yeah. Feels unlucky when he's going for a mark.
It is unlucky. It's going for a mark. But when it's slow mo is an amazing thing.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
it?
And
Did he take his eyes off the ball?
in slow mo? Yes.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, they got him. Bulldogs, Gold Coast. The Bulldogs had a win in Ballarat.
Tends
Lot-
to be good games in Ballarat. This one not as much, but I was able to watch this while I was watching the VFL. Goody loves footy,
Mm.
and he had his iPad like dual screen, watching Port Richmond, watching Bulldogs.
He loves it.
and then watching VFL out there as well.
God.
So I was watching this game a little bit, but Bulldogs looked like they were just in their own little
Yeah. Cody Waitman kicked 4 in the first.
in the first.
Yeah. On his way to 6.
yeah. They looked strong.
You're a long way from the Gold Coast in Ballarat, are you? There's no
Mm.
cocktails and dreams.
It's always
That's a tough-
windy.
Would they stay in Ballarat? You reckon, or would they
have to.
stay in the
Oh.
city and drive?
You tell us. What do you reckon?
Mate, they should stay in Ballarat and enjoy some of regional Victoria's quality offerings.
Stay in Sovereign Hill.
Stay in Sovereign
Yeah,
Hill. We
that'd be
could do
nice.
ye oldie world on the Sunday, fellas, and then we'll pole back onto the bus, head into Melbourne and fly home. Oh, the flight's been cancelled. The Gold Coast, you get what you deserve. Richmond, Port Adelaide.
Again, similar to the Essendon Sydney game. This was a good game up until 3/4 time, and then Port kicked away.
Tigers.
I watched this because we got Port coming up. They've had a lot of scoring shots in 2 weeks. They've been playing some good footy, and they're at home on a Saturday night, so it's going to be a tough little game for us.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
And West Coast versus GWS. One of the
Can't
most
say I've turned it on.
underwhelming fixtures of all time. I think it had a 6:50 kickoff from memory on a Sunday night.
They still turned up. I saw they still had 40,000.
Well, they've got the most members.
They've got
Yeah,
a waiting
it's
list.
a
waiting
wait
list for
list.
memberships.
It's
Wow.
extraordinary.
God, they must have had a gutful. Peter Wright, we talked about Stephen May and Jake Lever. We discussed.
We did.
The AFL's considering a life ban to the intruder who stormed Adelaide Oval on Friday night. He's appearing in the Magistrates Court on June 19. That's my birthday. What do you think? Life ban?
Yeah.
You can't have blokes on the field.
When he who did he hit? Who did he bump? Brody Smith.
And then one of them tried to tackle him, and I thought,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Matt-
This
He got-
reminds me of Terry Alderman, and it
Yeah.
ruined his career. Remember when Terry Alderman had the incident with
Yeah.
that bloke all those years ago and ruined his shoulder?
Ben Keys was the one who tackled him,
Yeah.
and he got a 10 grand fine for it.
Ben
No,
Keys did.
I think you've fallen for a Tom
Have I
Brand
fallen for a
parody
joke?
account.
Damn it.
Oh, damn it,
I saw that on Twitter.
It would have been great if he did.
Oh,
That's a great
Max.
talking point. I was
That's the
wondering why
sort
he
of-
didn't ask me that.
That's the sort of stuff I'd fall for.
Yeah. I normally don't fall for that. Anyway.
No, you've been very
But
good.
he did. Tom Keys tackled him. I reckon I would have as well. If he come anywhere near me, I reckon I would have tackled
But
him.
you tackle him and you break his arm.
Yeah.
What
Then you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
For
know.
sure you're in
No, but
trouble.
Keys did it well. He protected the head.
Yeah.
Eased
Yeah,
into the
he's going to
ground.
get a week.
Yeah.
Have we seen the content the guy was filming? That would have been. It's good.
Oh,
yeah.
did he have a GoPro on?
He was filming with his phone.
Making a TikTok.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah.
It would've
That's
been good
why it's so
content.
frustrating.
This is why I have so many issues with China.
Max?
How do you do a live ban?
Well, exactly. How do you police a life ban if he goes down to Ballarat to watch?
What
you
if
know,
he shaves his head and comes in on a GA ticket the following
Yeah.
week?
Exactly. You
Yeah,
got
you
no
can't do a
hope of a
life ban.
life ban. We don't have like face recognition technology like they do in the UK, where they just go ping, 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 ping. You and your mates. I made some of that up. I made some of that up.
I got face recognition. In the UK.
Can you check if they've got face recognition
It's a good one for fact check.
at the soccer in the UK? Because
Sure.
I was just on a roll there.
Does it go ping, 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 ping?
It goes ping, 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 ping. That's it. Sort of getting all the different points of your face.
Normally you can get away with that, but we all sat in silence for a good 10 seconds.
Is that right?
No one's helping me here. I'll have to
Thankfully,
tell
I
them.
think they might have facial recognition.
Oh, there you
You
go.
wouldn't
You have
have
it
known.
somewhere.
They did.
Yeah.
So you can get a life ban there.
Please explain from Essendon runner Travis Cloak, who became involved in a scuffle to drag Bombers players away.
I did see this vision. I would love my runner to do that,
Yeah.
but I would hate the opposition runner to do that. So I would lean towards maybe Clokey shouldn't have done it.
No, I don't think Cloakey should be handling players at all
No.
in his role as a runner.
No.
Is your runner a former player?
Yeah, Reece Conker, but he's
Reece
not physical at all.
Yeah.
He's quite the opposite to Travis Cloak. And
When
not,
he comes
not
out-
intimidating as well.
When he comes out to tell you something, how brief is it?
It depends if it's good or bad. If it's bad, it's brief.
It's bad
Yeah, you could tell it's a watered down version.
of what
I've-
he's been told.
Well, I've sat in the box multiple times and I've heard what's actually said. And then when I've been, Reece is like, hey, mate, you just got to bring that ball to the ground. I know what's been said.
Hey,
it's
mate,
nice
you just
of
got to
Reece.
bring that ball to the
Please,
ground.
please.
Thank you, mate. It all sounds so polite, Max.
But yeah, it's normally a watered down version, quite brief. But yeah, I would say Cloak, if he had his time again, he
Yeah.
might not have done
He
it.
was trying to do the right thing.
Correct.
in
And
his
I think
defence.
he did do the right
Yeah.
in terms of I think the fight stopped.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe they've got Cloak to thank. But I would be if that was an opposition runner, I reckon I'd be a bit iffy about it.
Mm.
So you got Port next week?
Port next week.
Are
got
we
a-
talking to you at the end of this week? Or
yeah,
yeah?
before the flight.
Yeah, beautiful,
I'm
Max.
on my way to Tullamarine.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Good on you, mate. All right, well, we'll chat about it then. But well played this weekend. Great win for you guys. Dominated from the get-go and never let your foot off the gas.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. I enjoyed MCG Twilight. That's a great time slot. I think maybe that's a granny later down the path. That
Eventually.
4:30 slot.
So what time did you kick off?
4:35.
And how did you feel about it? I mean,
Great.
it's still daylight saving. Does
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It'll be. Is it daylight? No, September's not daylight saving yet.
It'll be dark by the second quarter come grand final, I dare
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just holding back the tide with that.
Andrew Dillon, a big traditionalist, though.
Is
Well,
he?
half time will
Yeah.
be dark,
Yeah.
which is
Wow.
what
I didn't make it to half time this year.
Oh, didn't you? Max Gawn, thanks for joining us.